Stay with me, Brijesh. Let me also bring in Congress Party spokesperson Priyanka Chaturvedi, who joins me for more on this. Priyanka, the Prime Minister singled out Rahul Gandhi, didn't name him, but said, उम्र बढ़ती है, लेकिन समझ नहीं बढ़ती, समय लगता है, कुछ लोगों को की तो समझ भी नहीं बढ़ती.
No, it's interesting that the Prime Minister of this nation chose a personal attack to respond to run this country and how he wishes to treat the opposition. Really, it's a reflection on himself rather than anybody else. Having said that, considering you attack the opposition by calling them immature, by saying that they haven't grown up, their questions are irrelevant, yet you chose to answer them. Not just him, you had the finance minister who was answering these questions, you had the home minister who was answering these questions. That in itself is a reflection of where the opposition stands.
Priyanka, will you stay with me for a moment? Ravi Shankar Prasad speaking outside Parliament. We'll just listen to him and I'll come back to you, Priyanka.
Sure.
Not only as a Prime Minister, but truly as the leader of the nation. How governance can be more accountable. How Parliament can become more meaningful. How the voice of parliamentarian can be more effective. How can civil services be held to be more accountable. And above all, how can governance be strengthened more. He said something truly extraordinary. I think the opposition need to understand, take the right lessons and ensure that all the opposition, every party, the government work together to ensure proper development for the nation. Thank you.
Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress Party with me. Priyanka, sorry to have interrupted you at that point of time, but go on, Priyanka. The personalized attack on Rahul Gandhi apart, he's also said, why ridicule Make in India? It's about India. It's not about the BJP or the government.
No, I would want to understand from you, Gaurav, which part of the speech was ridiculing Make in India. The question was of how many jobs have been created out of the Make in India. Money has been spent on the entire PR gimmick, PR event, yet you do not have numbers speaking for themselves. We have manufacturing sector falling with each passing day. We have exports falling every second day. We have imports collapsing every day. Yet you have a Prime Minister who thinks we were making fun of Make in India. We were asking some important, relevant questions.
Okay.
Which he found an escape route by trying to spin it around. We have asked questions on the employment it has created. We've asked him questions about the jobs it has managed to create or the business sentiment that it has managed to improve.
Okay, so your point is the Prime Minister did not answer that question on merits. Priyanka, stay with me. I also want to bring in Mohammed Salim, MP CPIM on the broadcast. Sir, your take on the Prime Minister where he quotes Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi and says, let Parliament function, let bills be passed.
No, that apart, this is good. This will give some sobering effect to the Prime Minister himself, because when he came as a Prime Minister with a 56-inch, beating his chest, that time he was not listening to others. Now it's good that he's reading Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and trying to quote also. But this will have a sobering effect not only in Prime Minister, this should have a sobering effect to the followers also, BJP and members of Parliament and their ministers. He did not say anything which is having some substance. We had 3 days discussions and debate. So many points and questions were raised. The country is facing so many challenges. And he was totally silent about the GNU. And media is debating. He praised when our Siti Rani, his own favorite minister, lied to the Parliament. Now after bail is issued, now he kept mum. About intolerance, mum. About unemployment, mum. Only just ridiculing opposition. Is this a pravachan? He said, Bhagwan Singh Man, that aapka manoranjan bhi hota hai. So he was also entertaining factor today. But this is demeaning the position of the Prime Minister. He is not a sarpanch. He is a Prime Minister. The country is not a BJP vote catcher only.
Okay. So what did you expect of the Prime Minister, Mohammed Salim, if we were to talk about some salient points? One you said was JNU was not raised. What else?
I talked about intolerance. I talked about the Kisan's problem, agrarian crisis. I talked about the economy in doldrum. the people need confidence. Unemployment scenario, the youths are now angry. Youths are there, this generation, because they are disillusioned. So he should have reinforced faith, but they failed to do that. So now you'll find more such disturbances in many parts of this country, because the people of this country are not getting any positive signals from the Prime Minister that he is aware of the problems and is trying to steer clear.
Mohammed Salim, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Priyanka, what is the Congress's strategy this point on? The Prime Minister says Garima or Maryada, quoting Rajiv Gandhi, perhaps that's the best way forward. GST bill, what is the Congress's strategy?
No, I would like to remind, since the Prime Minister chose to speak on Rajiv Gandhi ji and Indira Gandhi ji, I would like to remind him of how the Parliament continued functioning when Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji used to be the Prime Minister of this nation. He did not have the support of 282 MPs which this Prime Minister enjoys. He was in alliance with many parties, and he also had an opposition to deal with. Yet he managed to take everybody along and get work done in the Parliament. So having said that, this Prime Minister, I'm sorry to say, needs to realize, learn from his own predecessors when he talks about functioning of the Parliament and when he accuses the opposition. Having said that, we will continue asking our questions, whether it is with regards to Rohit Vemula, which he chose to silence and he did not speak on it. We would raise questions on JNU. We would raise questions on the falling economy. We would ask questions about how he is talking about growth when there are no jobs that are being created, or imports that are increasing, or the GDP numbers which are growing. So we will continue asking him uncomfortable questions. He can continue spinning these questions into answering in a witty way, but unfortunately in a very shallow manner.
Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress Party, many thanks for joining me.